Hello there, Leo. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be your full moon reading. So, we're looking at the time period of the full moon to the next new moon, which is going to be July 16th to August 1st. Okay? So, if you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac readings based off of new moon and full moon energy. So, if you are interested in checking those out, please feel free to subscribe. I also, every Monday, post a video. We call it Metaphysical Mondays, where we talk about metaphysical stuff like crystals. And right now I'm doing a series of crystals by Zodiac. Imagine that. So there's also some astrology stuff in there, some smudging techniques and meditation, stuff like that. So feel free to check that out. One more. All right, so Leo, we're going to talk about your full moon energy. So we're going to do what is current for Leo right now around the full moon. We have the Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so these two ended up, when I dropped them down on the table, these two are closer to each other, and the Knight of Wands was kind of off over here, right? So I find it weird. So we have, some sorrow, some sadness. Yeah. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is usually like a new idea, some kind of new information coming in for you, a new plan that you want to see through. So yeah, I find it weird that those two are so much closer together. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is going to be some, yeah, he's kind of headed toward her though. This is interesting to see together. I'm going to show you so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Let's see, are we all in there? Are we all in there? Right. He's like after her, like, okay, it looks like he's like trying to come toward her with his baton raised, right? He looks like a security guard, like mall security with a baton. But yeah, so I feel like this, whatever this new information, I usually see this very positive. I don't see this as super positive right now. I feel like something is kind of coming that does not make you feel good. Okay, so at least that's where you're at now. So I feel like maybe there's something that you have recently learned that made you unhappy or sad. But I feel like there might be a person. I think this might have to do with a person. So yeah, there could be. That you learned. Okay, this is very specific, and I think this may only be for one or two people. So if this is not for you, please just feel free to dismiss it. For somebody, I feel like you learned some information about a significant other, or I don't think you're with this person. It's just somebody in your life that you maybe had an interest in, and maybe you learned that they were not interested in you, and you have some sadness going on right now. But I'm really, 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 really drawn to the birds in the background of this. Being kind of grown up in the church, it reminds me of the Ark, and I don't remember the details of the story. It was so long ago, I'm kind of old. There's the birds, like, they knew the flood was over because they saw the doves, right? If you're familiar with the story, please feel free to elaborate in the comments, because I can't remember the details, but I remember it was something about Noah knowing that the flood was over because the birds came back, or something along those lines, right? But I'm really drawn to the birds in here and feeling like that is a positive sign. Also, Spirit likes to communicate with us using nature and animals, one of them being birds. Birds and feathers can be a sign from a loved one. So I feel like there's some messages maybe that you are getting spiritually. This could be this new message that you're getting, this new knowledge can be from Spirit for some of you. I feel like that is definitely a possibility, but it's kind of made you sad, right? But I feel like there's a person in your life, somebody that's maybe a fire sign, another Leo perhaps. But I feel like there's somebody else in your life that is kind of not really helping the situation and possibly making it worse for some of you. So let's see what Leo needs to release for the full moon. What does Leo need to release this full moon? Okay. We have the Eight of Wands, some more wands. Three of Pentacles. These are all good cards. Okay, Leo. Okay, Leo. Okay, so first was Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is really manifesting. So I feel like this full moon for you, I didn't really talk about the moon phases in the beginning. I feel like you guys are pretty familiar with that at this point. The full moon is all about like it's the peak of the cycle. It's when the manifestations start to come about for you, when they come to fruition, right? It is the fullness of the seeds that you planted at the new moon. So the new moon is the beginning. It's where you plant the seeds and watch them grow. And the full moon is where you harvest, where you see all of the fruits of your labor, keeping with the planting seeds scenario. But this is, for me, this one, it reminds me of Abraham Hicks launching rockets of desire. That's how I see this card. The Eight of Wands to me is all about putting all of your wishes out there, And the Three of Pentacles is a plan of action. It's coming together to build something, teamwork, and effort, and Pentacles being financial or material things. So it could literally be building something physical, tangible in your life, physically building something, making plans to, getting a group together to get something accomplished. I mean, if you're signed up for that storming Area 51 thing, maybe. But I feel like there's a plan coming together that is working on those rockets of desire that you have launched. So I don't feel like your full moon is going to be about release right now, Leo. I think your full moon is more of a manifesting. You're going to start noticing all of the things that you put into action in the beginning of the cycle. So if you think back a little bit, if you have a way of knowing what you did, if you keep a journal or keep track of things that you do, take a look back at around the beginning of the month, around July 2nd, and what you were doing and what kind of seeds were you planting back then? Because I feel like if you take a look around, you're going to see manifestations of those things. We also have the Six of Cups, which the Six of Cups is kind of looking back fondly and reliving some good memories. And again, like I just said before I started talking about the card, looking back at July 2nd to see what kind of seeds you were planting. I feel like you'll be pleased with what you have done and what you are accomplishing. I feel like this is overall very good full moon energy for Leo. You've got a lot going right now. You are definitely putting some good vibes out there for you to manifest what you want. You're taking action. This is definitely taking action, working out the plan, figuring out what the kinks are and ways around them. And then, like looking back and saying, yep, this is why I did it. This is my reason right here, right? This is my reason. She's looking at a picture. You can probably tell that's a picture frame. There's lots of pictures. And the cups are all about emotions, and she looks happy. And so usually I feel like this card is kind of looking back maybe at somebody that you've lost, but being still fulfilled by the connection that you had with them. But I feel like for this is her kind of looking back on what the seeds that she planted. I mean, there are lots of plants. Are those, I just realized something. Are those forget-me-nots? More symbolism in the cards, forget-me-nots. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look that up. But those aren't on the top. Lots of plants, right? Lots of plants in here. So definitely the full bloom of what seeds you were planting in the beginning of the cycle. So I feel like this is a good full moon for you guys. I feel like Leo has got some good shit coming up to the surface. It's all bubbling up and ready for you to just pick out the goodies. So yeah, I feel like it kind of started off a little bit. This started off a little bit. I don't know, you know, getting some bad information, or maybe having to give some bad information that made you feel that came out of nowhere. Maybe you had to give some bad information, and the person that you told did not like it. They did not react well. Okay, and that made you sad. Woo boy. That made me tingly a little bit. Not it definitely struck a nerve. We're gonna leave it at that. It struck a nerve getting that information. I feel like somebody maybe just like popped in there and was like, "Wait, this reading's for me. Tell them about this." That's how that felt. So yeah, let's see if we can get any advice. Not that I think you need it. I think Leo's doing pretty damn good. Do we have? Oh, hello. Maybe I should turn the deck the right way. It's hard to tell because they're dark. There's the back. There's the front. They're kind of dark. Do we have any advice for Leo? Advice for Leo for the full moon in July. Sorry, I'm shaking my camera around. Any advice for Leo? Full moon in July. This is your full moon, Leo. It's the full moon's in Leo. Definitely your full moon, right? Any advice for Leo? Full moon in July. Full moon in Leo. Do we have advice for Leo? I don't think we're gonna get anything, guys. I think you're good. I think you're good. Let's do one more. Do we have any advice for Leo during the full moon in Leo? Does Leo need to hear any advice? I'm not getting anything else, so I'm gonna call that reading and leave it on this high note. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited for you. I mean, Leo doesn't need advice, right? Leo's the one that gives the advice, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, thank you again so much for watching. Make sure you hit the description box if you want to look at those Metaphysical Monday videos. I would love it if you subscribed and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when the rest of the videos come out. So thank you again, and as always, have a blessed day.